So far, installing this thing, I've already had two problems. These metal bars, they clamp in together right here in the middle, and then the other side. These were so bent that I had to take a pair of pliers and bend the metal and kind of tap this all in with a hammer. So if I want to disassemble this, it's going to be really, see, like this push pin here, you can't even push it down. So it's really like locked in there really good, but it's only because the metal is bent. And the next thing you got to put up is these bars, and they come with these cotter pins. Well, some of them come with the cotter pins. They're actually missing on this one here, but if they're not missing, they're really bent to shit. So I mean, look how bad shape that's in. It's supposed to look like this one here, more like the circle there. Which, I mean, look, you could bend them and stuff, but again, it's just kind of sucks when you pay so much, hundreds of dollars for this thing. Most of these are in pretty good condition. I mean, I can make something to hold it into place. Zip strips work for everything. That's what I always say. So we'll see what else we find on the way. So they drilled these holes like really bad, and there's this, you kind of see a notch on it, which I could pull off, but when you're trying to slide them in there, it just won't slide in there because you got a big notch of metal that they just didn't drill out correctly. So here we have a bad weld. I don't know if you'd call it a spot weld, but let me see if I can shine this light on this to make it easier. I can't get the pole in here because if you could see, there's a hole right there. It's not supposed to be a hole. It's supposed to be a weld. So whoever was welding it just blew a hole through there, and trying to slide the pole through there, you have a metal ridge in there. So I'm going to tap it in with a hammer, but there shouldn't be a hole there. This is how badly the paint is coming off of these metal bars. It's just flaking off. Like every time you touch it, it's just horrible. So we got this half together, and there's a lot of problems with this. Whoever welded this did a horrible job. If you look at this bar here, it doesn't line up. So they weld these little tubes here, and as you can see, they didn't weld this in the right spot. It should be over here, which is all scratched up. I've mentioned that a few times. So I fixed this bar with a box of zip strips. I just looped it through the tube here, and then you know, tied it together to this, and then I looped another one around here. So you just use 2 zip strips, and it's pretty firm. It'll keep it in place. Mainly this is just really just for the wind, because it's going to blow this back and forth. So the zip strips should hold it in place. I've used zip strips on the 12-foot skeleton, and it's held up pretty nicely. So I always have a big box of zip strips in handy. You could use them for anything.